So, welcome everybody. Yeah, there was a few technical issues, but I think we managed to get around it somehow. Today we'll be talking about Ableton Live and live looping with this program. First of all, I wanted to know who of you guys has like basic Ableton knowledge and has worked with it before, has seen it before, someone? Yeah, okay. And who has some basic knowledge about scratching? Okay. I will explain not too much about it, but mainly it's about the looping part of it. Yeah, first of all, we need to answer a big question: why live looping? Because for me, there's a little bit of philosophy behind it. But to answer this question, we have to start a little bit earlier, in the beginning of music, or even these times. I think music was only played live. There was no recording, and in the beginning there wasn't even notation. So music in the beginning was only played live, and only later it was, notation was, I think, developed as a language. So people analyzed what they listen to, and then try to formulate it and write it down. But there's a simple example for notation. It's a simple drum beat. My point I want to get to in this picture, it represents a very simple beat, but I think exactly what's written here was never heard for thousands of years. And what I mean with it is, it's a mathematical formula. If it was played as it's written here, it should be like a computer can program it nowadays, really 1000% on point. The time distance between each note is always the same, if it's the same type of note. So that's my Aussage. Statement. Thank you. That's my statement about this. I think it was never heard since when modern music was developed, when digital music and drum machines and stuff like this developed. Only then it was possible to have a quantized beat like this, because whenever a human plays, you automatically humanize what you play. So nowadays, not only is it possible to play this or to program this, but also, for example, if you record your own voice, if you sing in, you can pitch correct it, and every note that you sing can be 1000%, in key, perfect harmony, which also wasn't possible before. You have endless possibilities in sound design. You can program automations and stuff like this, filter sweeps. And in theory, there should be infinite possibilities with this digital technology that we have today. So it should be possible to make the most perfect music ever heard, in theory. But to me, actually, it's not the case. I don't know what you guys think about it. I think there's, the more you quantize and the more you put mathematics and science into it, I think music gets a little cold and it loses certain quality. I made this picture here. So on one side you see, I described it as feeling and soul, but you can't, there's a dozen of words for it. Atmosphere, something like this. And on the other hand, there's complexity and accuracy. And I think it's correlating like this. The more accuracy you put into it, you will lose a certain type of feeling in the music. There's an example for it. Let's say a big orchestra with 100 musicians. And everyone has a sheet in front of them, and they play what's on the sheet with notation. Everyone has to stick to this notation, so they have to play what is written on the sheet, and there's no space for each individual musician to really play how they feel in this moment, because it would be a mess. If 100 musicians just play what they feel like, it wouldn't work. So I think in a big piece like this, it's missing this type of feeling, like what you're feeling right now while you're playing the music. On the other hand, if you want to make music like this, it's very feeling and moment orientated. I think it's very difficult to make it complex. And another example for this would be this song. I cannot play it right now, but you have the picture, you can Google it later. It's called Dark Was the Night, Cold Was the Ground, by Blind Willie Johnson. He was a blues singer, and the song was recorded in 1927. So it's very old, and it's a very simple song. He's just playing the guitar and he's humming a melody to it. But it's, if you listen to it, it's amazing. It's very deep feeling. There was no overdubbing back then. I think he was blind, so he couldn't even read notation. But still, he was, it was possible for him to develop these deep type of emotions and feelings through this music on the recording. So this is like another example for this type of theory. But I think the not so nice part about this type of music is it's really depending on the mood of the day. So like today, if I don't feel right, if something technical, a problem happens, maybe I'm not able to deliver the music as good. In comparison, if I'm a musician who just reads off the sheet, mostly they can play it, as they practiced it, and it's good like that. But if you want to have this quality of how you feel at the moment, it's very difficult to deliver every time the same type of music. So I think there's these two extremes in music, and I would call it maybe chaos and order. Too much chaos isn't good, and too much order isn't good either. So I think the best music is somewhere in between, in the balance. Another aspect of this is the internet nowadays. I think it wasn't ever so easy to make music. The tools are pretty cheap nowadays that you can use to make music. Also, you can watch a tutorial to get knowledge about music. So in theory, again, it makes it very easy for everyone to make music. But I think the downside of this is if you just learn from tutorials, you learn a lot of rules. And you get recipes, someone tells you if you want to make mixed drums, that's how to mix them. If you want to compress a voice, that's how to do it. And you just, cook like a recipe. If you want to make a dubstep beat, that's the recipe, and a trap song is made like this. So I think if people focus too much on this type of input, they tend to listen to their own fantasy. And in this workshop, I wanted to talk about, of course, the technical aspect of how I'm doing stuff, how I'm able to make this live looping with Ableton. But for me, it's more important. It's just to give you an inspiration and for you to find your own way how to use the program and how to use this type of technology. So back to the question: why live looping? It's something that's not very often used from scratch DJs. Mostly, I think beatboxers use it pretty popularly. Scratch DJs mostly, let's say they practice a certain routine for a DJ battle. So they will practice 6-minute routine, for example, and they will practice over and over and over again 1,000 times, so they can deliver on stage exactly the same 60 minutes as they practiced it at home. My background is not from this type of music, but I used to play keyboard in a live band, and there was a certain quality to this type of music. You were able to, let's say you rehearse a certain song, and during rehearsal you say, okay, the guitar solo in this song is 8 bars. But when you play live, there's a certain energy in the room, and the guitar player is really into the solo this time, and then you can just add another 4 bars or 8 bars, and it's something that doesn't need to be communicated with the musicians. It just happens, Everybody feels, okay, he's really into it right now, we will just add another 4 bars. And so in a live band, you can play with the structure of the song while you do it, while you perform it. And you have more freedom and the possibility of dynamics. And I think that's a part of stretching that's missing mostly, so that's why I try to get this setup, to being able to be more free and have more dynamic choices while I play the music. So what I play today also is not something that I practice a little bit, but it's not something that I plan through and through, but it's just to show you I can make music on the spot and I can decide instantly how I want to make the arrangement and everything. And also the live looping is like a chaotic element, you could call it, because you hit with the foot pedal the start of the recording and then hit it again and it loops. But then maybe someday you hit it a little bit too early or a little bit too late and the loop gets longer or slower or faster, and then you have to deal with it. The rest of the song is building up on this first loop side. So it makes it a little bit more interesting and not so plannable. So a big influence for me was Ken One from Tokyo. You can see him using the Boss RC50 pedal. it's a hardware looper, and usually I prefer hardware, but yeah, in this particular setup I will show you the pros and cons, why I choose to work with a computer in this case. Yeah, so my setup, I try to keep it very simple, because the more stuff you put on stage, the more can break, and yeah. This is the foot pedal I use, FCB 1010, and basically I'm just using the first 10 pedals for, on and off and stuff like this. And then I have this MIDI 32 controller, use it a little bit for finger drumming, triggering, then I use these knobs and these faders, but I will go into this later. Also on the picture is this record. It's called Portable Melodies Volume 1. I released it last year. And yeah, it's especially made for live looping, but you can also use it for team routines or recording and stuff like this. It's a new approach to scratch records. It has drum breaks on it and bass lines and other melodies, and they're all on the record. They're all in the same key, so you can mix all of the melodies together and make something new with it. And also it's skip-proof, so yeah, you can ask your scratch DJ friends. They will explain what skip-proof means. Also, I'm selling this record today. Special price. Usually it's $10, but today one is $8, and if you take two, they're $5 each. So a special price today, and also I'm selling a CD with original music that I made. But yeah, you can talk to my friend who's sitting over here, or talk to me later. So let's go on with the hardware, the software stuff that I use. Basically, it's a 4-track looper with a 5th track for finger drumming and some more tracks for pre-recorded loops and stuff like this. So in the for everybody who doesn't know too much about Ableton, these signs, if they're not turned red, you don't hear anything through the channel. So in order to hear something or to record something in each of the channels, they have to be turned on. And for this, I use buttons 6 to 9 of my foot pedal to switch on channel 1, 2, 3, and 4, and also to switch them off if I recorded something in it. So like you see on the picture, of these 4 first channels, only one can be switched on at a time. So yeah, with the hardware loop it's a little bit easier, but just to keep that in mind. Yeah, the looper plugin is in channel 1. What's cool about this is if I record one loop in a certain tempo, the program will recognize how fast it is, the BPMs, and then will put the master tempo of the whole arrangement to this speed. And everything else that I record will be in the same speed. So let's search a melody that we can use. So it's not perfect, you hear it, but it's looped. Then the next picture, we have to turn off channel 1, turn on channel 2, so the red button should be turned on. Then I can go ahead and add some drums to it, for example. And in the second channel, I'm not using the looper plugin, but I just record as a clip. Which you see on the top, I just link pedal number 2 to the clips in channel number 2. Yeah, first I will record and then I will explain why I do it this way. So the cool thing about this is I can use the mouse and click on this clip that I recorded, and you see the waveforms, and if I'm a little offbeat or something, I can still warp it and quantize it to the beat while the loop is playing. So that's a cool thing that you cannot do with the hardware looper usually. Yeah, that's something special about the software. So I'm going ahead to turn off channel 2 and turn on channel 3, and then we can add the bass line. cool about this. For example, the first loop that I recorded is just 1 bar, but for each of the next channels I can change the size of the loops. So I can record 10 bars, 13, 20 bars, whatever I like, and it will still be in sync with the first loop. So let's go to channel number 4. This channel will not loop anything in this case. I usually take just a melody that I put on top and scratch live with it. So far, that's, I think, mostly the stuff that you can also do with a hardware looper. But now it's where the fun part about this software comes in. So you see in this picture, all of the channels are equipped with a low pass filter and a ping pong delay, so channel 1 through 4. And I can control these with these rotary knobs. Maybe you don't see it's too low, but you know the 4 rotary knobs, the lower ones, they control the low pass filter on each individual channel, so I can just turn down the filter on the first channel, for example. It sounds like this. Or on the drums. Reintroduce the first loop and get turn it down again. Then I can also use the up and down faders for volume to loop certain parts. And then these upper 4, they control the delay on all of these channels. So usually, to add a little dynamics, let's say I lower the drums a little bit, and I put a filter on the first melody, and then I put some delay to my channel 4, which I'm scratching through. It sounds like this. So that's, I think, a pretty interesting tool that you could use for live looping. That's not usually possible with regular hardware looper. Then let's go to channel 5. That's basically just the drum rack of Ableton that I use to trigger some drum sounds. This controller has 4 different pad banks, so you can use the 16 pads in 4 different mappings. And I use pad bank number D for the drums. And then the drums are also equipped with the low pass filter and delay, and these are controlled by these up and down faders. So the layout, as you see, is I try to make it logically and similar to a real hardware device. So for example, I could mute the drums that I've scratched, and then just record some drums that I play with fingers. So it's loop like this. I have a little bit of an issue with the volume right now, but it has some other causes. So I can also close the filter on these drums and bring back the original drums. Track number 6 and 7. They have some clips in there. It's some pre-recorded loops. For example, in the previous song that I played, before I started talking to you guys, there was a drum loop that I used. Because if I play live, I find it a little bit boring to always use scratch sounds. So with this, I have the option to play with pre-recorded loops, and I can trigger them with pad bank C. So, for example, this one. Then I could add it to this arrangement that I recorded. Yeah, track 7, it's not so important, I will not use it today, but it's also an option not to add a drum that keeps repeating. But for example, if you loop a song with a certain chord progression, it gets boring after a time to hear the same chord progression like 100 times. So I added the option, for example, I pre-recorded a different ending of the song, and I can just trigger it with one button. So then I can fade out all of the recorded loops, this old chord progression, and then you hear just the fade out of the song. So you can build a real song with it, and still you have the freedom, to choose how long the song is going to be each time. There's one problem with this. When I used to record loops like this live, and let's say I play it, and then I want to play another song, I have to stop the arrangement, and I have to go over to my laptop and then delete by hand all of these clips that I recorded. And it's pretty annoying, and there's a lot of silence, and you guys don't hear any music between the songs, and especially for a DJ it shouldn't happen. It should be pretty seamless. So for this I use the crossfader function. So all of the yellow channels and everything that I recorded, that I explained to you earlier, that's mapped to the A side of the crossfader. And these two additional channels that I will explain in a second, they are mapped to the B side of the crossfader. So right now it's on A, so you hear the first stuff that I recorded. And when I go to B with the crossfader, you hear channel 8 and 9. And what they do is basically channel 9, they have it has some beats in there that I previously recorded, and they are not mapped to a certain tempo. So whenever I trigger them, they play in the same speed all the time. And channel 8 is just letting my signal through, so I can still stretch to these beats. So as an example, the first loop is playing, then I go to pad back A to trigger these beats. Let's choose any beat, and then I can fade over. So while this beat is playing, I have time to delete all of my previously recorded loops. I can, make sure the filters are all open, the delay is, back to 0, and then I could fade back, and then I could play the next song and loop it. So this is a tool that I use, to have it very seamlessly, and I can play a whole set with it, and there's no waiting time in between of the tracks. So basically that's how I use Ableton. If you have some more questions, you can ask me later. I will do a little bit of performance now for a few minutes, and so you can see. So these were just sounds that I used from the record. Now I will use some Serato sounds, and you can see, what it sounds like if I use this technique.
the stars are comets roaming free. Before time had its birth, I was.
Facts create norms, but they do not create an illumination.